Here's Victoria and Anthony with an AMI This Week shortcut.
Victoria, it's that time again
What time is that, Anthony?
for another installment of Animal Class.
I've said it many times before, but this is one of my favorite segments here on AMI This Week.
I'm glad to hear it. And this time, the subject is the unicorn. And I know what you're going to say, unicorns aren't real, but they are. And they've been hiding in plain sight for hundreds of years.
Okay, I'll bite. What are you talking about?
Well, they're just rhinos. They're just a little more gray and a little more round. Let's head to the Toronto Zoo to meet Vishnu the rhino, or unicorn. The jury's still out.
Welcome to Animal Class.
We're here at the Toronto Zoo with zookeeper Ryan, and right next to us, this big fella here is a rhino. Can you remind me what was his name again?
His name is Vishnu.
Vishnu.
And he's an Indian rhino.
And you call him V for short.
V for short, yeah.
So we're gonna keep feeding him some carrots while we're to try and keep his attention. So I don't even know where to start. He's such a huge creature. He feels like just like a rock.
Yeah.
How much does he weigh?
So he weighs about 4,300 pounds. So that's a pretty average size for an adult Indian rhino male.
Standing on his all fours right now, he's probably about like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he's about 6 feet tall, probably the length of like an average size car.
Okay, at least.
Yeah, and he weighs about 2 small size cars. That's what about 4,300 pounds is equivalent to about 2 small cars.
So we're feeding V some carrots right now, but what would a rhino typically eat in the wild?
So these guys, they are considered more of a browser, and with their upper lip, they have this very pointed upper lip. So they use it just like a finger, and they'll reach up and grab branches and leaves and pull it into their mouth. So they're eating
hands.
And hands, yeah. Like so, you're gonna get very
mess.
slobbery with all of his saliva here. So they will eat lots of low-lying branch and leaf material, but lots of grasses as well. So they're strictly a herbivore.
So I noticed he's got these 2 large teeth that kind of go up from the bottom of his mouth, but he's chewing from the back. What other teeth has he got back there?
Yeah, so he has a full set of molars at the back,
buddy.
just like you and I would have, like the molars in the back.
Yeah.
So he does have the full set of molars, that's what he chews on. And then he's got these 2 upper incisors that stay really flat because those 2 bottom incisors wear them down.
Okay.
And the reason the males have these very long bottom incisors, and they're very sharp as well, it's because the males use them for fighting with each other during the breeding times.
And his ears.
They're kind of like, I think they look like kind of like donkey ears.
Yeah.
But they're kind of funnel shaped, and each ear can swivel about 180 degrees, and so they're really good at pinpointing where noise comes from.
Okay.
So right now he's got one ear kind of facing backwards, so he would be listening to what's happening behind him. And if he were to hear something that was alarming or that was maybe frightening, he can spin on a dime. So he can spin really quickly. They're really light on their feet. And if it was something that he needed to get away from, he can run up to about 50 kilometers an hour in a sprint. So they're very fast, they're very light in their feet. They can't hold that speed for very long, but just enough to get away from any sort of danger that there might be.
So the next thing we should talk about is this amazing horn he's got on the top of his nose. What is that used for?
So their horn we'll use for sparring with each other. And that's basically about it. For Indian rhinos, they just have the one horn that grows. Whereas the 2 African species, the black and the white rhino, they'll have 2 horns that grow. And their horns, they can grow up to be about 3 feet in length, whereas the Indian rhinos, theirs averages out about a foot in length. And their horn is made out of keratin, which is the same protein that makes up our hair and our fingernails. So there's a lot of people who think that horn is made of ivory, but it's not. Oh, he might be leaving now.
Yeah. We got a good chunk of time with. So with his skin, it kind of looks like a leathery folded armor going all around him with like folds at all the joints. Why is it like that?
Yeah, so like exactly what you said, it looks like giant plates of armor. So it's believed to help protect more of the important parts of their body. So they have all these extra folds around their neck. They have a big fold around their chest, one around their abdomen, and then their back end kind of is 2 big plates. And those folds are about 1 inch thick. So it's when those males are fighting with each other with those really sharp lower teeth that if they inflict a wound on each other, it's only going to go into a flap of skin rather than into an important body cavity.
So whereabouts in the world would you find a rhino in its natural habitat?
So an Indian rhino, they obviously are found in parts of India, but they're found in northeastern small pockets of northeastern parts of India and some southern parts of Nepal as well. They'll often be found in a big marshy area or in a big muddy wallow. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, they go in the water to cool themselves down. But two, they'll roll around in the mud and coat themselves in that mud. And it acts like a sunscreen and it acts like a bug repellent as well. It keeps those biting insects off their skin.
Gotcha. What types of, it seems like he has a playful personality. What types of personality would you say rhinos have?
So I like to describe them to people like big dogs. These rhinos are obviously born in captivity, so they're very used to people. They each are very different personalities from each other, and they do know their names. They usually come when they're called. And we do train them like you would a dog. So we use positive reinforcement training. So we reward them with food, and they actually, because they like to be scratched, we reward them with like a belly rub as well.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks so much for introducing me to this rhino. They're such cool creatures, and it's great to learn a little bit more about them.
Yeah, no problem. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
So cool. What was your favorite part about meeting Vishnu?
I think touching his skin, he felt just like stone. It was so cool, and seeing a 4-ton animal right there is incredible. It's definitely my favorite animal class segment so far.
Very cool. If you'd like to know more about Vishnu, you can check out torontozoo.com.
Or you can email us at thisweek@ami.ca if you'd like us to feature a specific animal in the future. And if we can, we will.